Okay, I'm underneath the car right now, and I'm gonna drain the differential right now. So what I need to do is remove this drain plug and also loosen this guy. So because I'll be removing this cover, I'll be also changing this mount for the differential itself. So yeah, we've got quite a bit of work here. Okay, I cleaned that thing really well. Put the Allen bit in there and socket. Have my breaker bar ready to crank this thing. Hopefully it comes loose. Okay, so I got lucky and they both came loose. So what I want to do is put my pan underneath it like that. And I actually want to open this guy first, the fill plug, see how much fluid there was actually. See if there's anything in there. See how much fluid there is. Okay, let's try to see. Oh yeah, there is fluid, so that's good. Wasn't low. Alright, so I'm ready to drain this differential. So the fluid is really cold, so that's why it's coming out this way. Like that. Plus, I actually closed this guy back up, the fill plug, so it's not going to be as fast. So it's going to take a while. This fluid. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait until it all drains, and then I will put back the fill plug, and I'm gonna start removing the mount right here and also the back cover. Okay, so it's still draining. I'm gonna leave it like that for now. The pan is still under it. I'm gonna go ahead and start removing this mount for the differential, and also I'm gonna try to remove as many of these bolts as possible around the cover. And before I remove this mount completely, I have to support the diff, so that will be done. So let's get started. Okay, so basically I removed 4 bolts that hold the differential mount in place, and there's those two 22mm bolts that are really like tough. You know, it's really hard to break them loose. And plus the sway bar is in the way a little bit, so I probably have to drop it right now. As you can see, I supported the diff, and I'm gonna drop it a little bit, see how it is. Maybe then I'll have more clearance to try to break these bolts loose. And then after I do that, I'll probably start removing this cover plate. Okay, this is where my jack is. So I'm gonna start lowering that thing. See what happens. Well, they're gonna need both hands just in case, so I'll get back to you. Okay, I lowered that thing, and as you can see, there's clearance between the frame and the mount. And I'm gonna crawl underneath again. I'm gonna try to break these bolts loose because I have another I have a new mount to replace this thing with. As you can see, these bolts are pretty bad. So, but as you can see, the differential mount is also all messed up. It's all cracked and old. So I'll be replacing that. Make sure when you try to loosen these things that your socket is all the way in and it's not sticking out. Okay, so looks like nobody has ever removed this mount before in its life. They're really stiff. But thank God I loosened the bolts. And it's really amazing how Mercedes makes really good bolts. So basically, you know how on some cars, like if they're really rusty, they're just gonna be like flaking off, and you're gonna need like a smaller size then. It's not gonna be original size bolt anymore and all that stuff, and then the bolt is just gonna be really, like the head of the bolt is gonna be really soft, and it's gonna be easy to round it off. But thank God Mercedes makes really good bolts. They don't round off, except some like especially on this chassis W123, the door striker bolts. There you have to use like the Allen bolt, and then they round off. But like anything here, it's not bad at all. Let's see this guy. Okay, so with my hand. Look at that. Just one, and I still have to get the top one, and the mount will be off. Okay, after those two bolts are out, finally remove this guy. I might need the help of a primer, but so I just hit it on the back with a dead blow hammer. And there it is, the old differential mount. Let's just take a look at it, see what it looks like. It looked like it had a lot of cracks and stuff. Yeah, it is pretty dry on it. So it's good I'm changing it. Okay, so you're looking at the differential that has no cover on it, I mean no mount on it. And all these bolts are 15mm. Just go ahead and loosen them up, and we're going to be ready to take this off. Make sure you have something underneath, because there's still going to be some fluid in there. So the cover bolts are being removed now. Okay, the bolts are all out. I'm gonna need both hands just in case this thing comes off. But basically, with the I'm gonna try with the dead blow hammer to basically knock it loose, and I'll show you what's next. So here we are with the cover off. So leave the cover here now, and I want to be careful now on the levers. I'm gonna actually clean this guy up pretty well. There's some dust that went inside of it, and well, basically the reason why you have to take this off is in order to pull the axles out, because there's C-clip in there. And I'm looking at the teeth here, and everything looks pretty good for the age and stuff. I don't see any issues with that at all. Now what I did is I turned my axle so you can see the C-clip in there on the left side, so you're gonna have to pull that out. This way it's gonna release this axle and I can pull the axle out. You're looking at the differential without axles, so the axles are removed. Remove those C-clips that hold the axles in place from the inside. There's one of them. Also, when you remove these axles on the inside joint, there's usually spacers over there, so don't lose them. And then there's the second one. Yeah, right now what I want to do is I want to get some clean rags and clean this guy a little bit, and then I'm gonna cover it off because I'm not gonna put the back cover yet. So and then we'll see if I can replace these side seals for the differential. I have them over here. Hopefully they're the right size. Right now, let me show you what's going on. So I ordered 2 new seals for the side of the differential. So, and it took me forever to actually pound this one out. Like so. Just trying to make everything clean, make sure everything, all the dirt is out of the way. Okay. And I'm gonna have to clean everything really good here before I put new seal on. Okay, so this is all cleaned up there. Now I'm just gonna put my new seal on. I'm gonna use a dead blow hammer to install it. One more seal is left to go. This one's installed already. So I'll move on to the other side, replace that seal. And next thing will be, I'm not sure yet, might have to start removing this control arm because I want to replace the springs. Also have to take care of the sway bar link and stuff. So that's gonna be that. But for now I'm gonna take care of this other seal. In case you're wondering what kind of seals I used, these are the seals. So this is actually a product of Germany again. And I'm gonna let you look at these again. Right here. Says Germany on it. And same seal on the other side too. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna prepare the surface a little bit, clean it all up, and then just cover it up for the next time when I have my axles ready. And also when I'm under here, I noticed these 2 of these hoses here, they're probably like return fuel return lines. And these hoses are pretty bad. If I touch it more, it's gonna probably break. So I'm gonna probably figure something out to replace them, or whatever. And right now what I'm thinking is I'm gonna start working on probably on this side. I'm gonna start removing this control arm